And we are live.
Okay, awesome.
So this week we're just supposed to talk about how it felt to extend gratitude to the three people we thanked, and that their reaction, and also the role of gratitude in organizations. See how it increases effectiveness and the barriers to expressing gratitude, and how are they overcome. So I'll just start with. I think people like to be recognized and express gratitude. I know at work, I work with a lot in sales. I work with a lot of different people, whether it's dispatch, whether it's the warehouse, and I try to thank the drivers and the dispatch. I try to thank those guys because they're an integral part of my success, and I think it creates a relationship of trust when I do. I think it's a good relationship when we praise others and recognize the good that they do for us, or not even necessarily for us, just the people are good in all the way around. And I think it's, if we recognize them, it fosters a relationship of trust.
Right. I think we recognize when we do something for someone and they don't express gratitude. I think we recognize that. We're like, oh man, that person wasn't even grateful for what I just did. But then we're sometimes don't recognize that someone's done something for us. Gratitude, kind of take it for granted. So I mean, we're quick to. I'm at least quick to recognize when someone wasn't grateful to me for doing something, but I'm not necessarily the best at always expressing gratitude towards people.
Well, and I think this activity, I think doing it, I think it makes you realize how much good people do around you that sometimes you do take for granted. It's easy to let things slip by, but this activity has taught me that, I need to do it more often. I need to be watching for that stuff so that I can be involved more often in gratitude.
Right.
Sorry, I just somebody got home.
No, you're good. Yeah, so I mean, I didn't see the reaction of someone to my wife, which I saw the reaction of because I gave it to her, and she was super grateful. She was super happy. And then I didn't actually get to see the reaction of my dad and my mom, the other two people I sent it to, because they weren't home. So I just left it there. But just seeing the gratitude of my wife was, made it worth it because she was super grateful. Because I normally don't. I'm really bad at doing those types of things. So just for me to do it, I didn't tell her it was doing it for a class. I just tell her I did it.
Nice.
That'll give me a little more validation.
Absolutely. I like it. That's awesome. So on that, and your parents always appreciate stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what do you think the barriers are to expressing gratitude then? Because I think it's easy to overlook people and just carry on with life. What do you think some of the barriers are?
It's like you feel like it's maybe an expression of weakness or something.
Okay.
To like express to someone that you're grateful that you needed them for something. Like it might be kind of a pride thing to not offer them the gratitude and the praise that they deserve.
Sure. So how do you think we overcome it? And it's hard sometimes. How do you overcome that? What do you think? What's something you can do to overcome it?
I don't know. I think it's just got to be a conscious decision. Like it just has to be in your mind that you're going to think that you're going to become a more grateful person. Like I think you have to consciously make that decision, because then I think it's easier for you to express that gratitude if you've already made up your mind that you're going to be more grateful. You're not going to keep taking people for granted.
Yeah, and I think it starts in the home, like what you did. Is it starts with spouse and then children. I think if we recognize the little things and express it, I think that's a great start, and then go out from there. And because those are the people we're around all the time, and that's the best place to start with it, I think.
Right, I agree. Kind of work with your inner circle first, and then once you get good at it with the people that you associate with every day, then it becomes easier to do it with the people that are outside of your everyday association. So
right. And I remember years ago in conference, a talk somebody just gave a prayer on gratitude. Maybe it was a state conference, and it just I've tried that in my own life where I've had prayers where I just express gratitude for the blessings and try to think of the blessings I receive, and it's a different feeling when you do that. Even in prayer, when we talk to Heavenly Father, I think it creates a deeper relationship of, because he wants us to have gratitude for all the blessings we receive, and it's kind of a cool prayer to do that. I've done it several times. I try to be conscious of it and express gratitude all the time, but it's kind of a different prayer when you just express gratitude for all your blessings.
Right. Yeah. Because then it really makes you think about how much you really do have rather than just taking it all for granted. So I think it is a conscious decision. Like, it is something that you have to consciously think about. You can't just like go about your, and that's, some people are more grateful than others, and it's more of a subconscious thing where they are grateful. But for, at least for me, I have to make kind of a conscious decision to notice those things and to express them.
No, I agree. I agree with you there. It's because it is life just gets busy and you just don't pay that much attention, but because you're not always looking for it. But and if you make
Right.
a decision, then you're actually looking for it and you see it. I agree with you.
Right. Yeah, really easy to overlook the little things.
So, do you think that gratitude increases effectiveness in organizations? And have you seen that in your work or in church or anything like that?
Oh, for sure. I mean, going off what you said, like with Think and the drivers and stuff, because they're an integral part of what you do. And me, I'm in real estate, so I would think, the agents and people when they get back to me or let me know how things are going, and we're working together with that communication, then obviously I trust them more, that they're going to handle off the people, like they're going to handle the people well that I give them, and they're going to trust me that I'm going to give them quality, appointments. And then, and it just builds that layer, that builds that trust that we're both like, hey, thanks for doing that. Oh yeah, thanks for doing that. And it just like builds that trust. So it definitely makes it effective.
Yeah, and it also makes, if you have issues or problems, it makes them easier to deal with too, because you have that relationship of gratitude. Sometimes you have to address things that are uncomfortable or mistakes made, and it makes it tons easier when you've pointed out you've showed gratitude beforehand. I've noticed.
Right. Yeah. You already have that relationship where you can go in and be like, hey, what do we do wrong here? Let's fix this. And then you don't have to take it personally and offended, because you know that you trust each other and know that you're both hard. So.
No, very good, my friend. Well, I think it's just like you said, making a conscious effort, and there's ample opportunity all around us every day to show gratitude to others. We interact with people all the time, school, work, home, and it's just in our community, church. So we have that opportunity, and I think it brings blessings when we recognize people around us.
I agree. I guess next week, then I'll start the meeting. I'll start 5:45 to 6 o'clock range is where I'll be around. So,
and I'm totally cool. I'll just watch for the link and I'll jump on it. But appreciate you, Connor. You have a great week, my friend, and I'll get this posted on our blog, on the not the blog, but the assignment, and we'll go from there, my friend.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good. I'll talk to you next week.
All right. Thanks, Connor.